up, Next Level Football Alliance? Welcome to another episode of Next Take. How's everybody doing today? Check it out. The show today is going to be about Week 1. All about Week 1. First of all, the first thing I want to say is let's give our prayers and condolences to the victims of the tornadoes that came through that stopped Week 2. Keep them in your prayers. If there's any way that you can help out in a community that you was affected in, help out the best way you can. Community service. Take advantage of it. We can't do nothing about nature but rebuild and build back and help each other. But this is a good opportunity for community service. All right. Got a lot of things to cover. We're going to play the ABCs today. You know what I'm saying? Like ABCs. We had a few commissioners to check out some games. And they gave their input and graded the games that was played on Week 1. And this video is to get everybody kind of mentally and physically prepared for Week 2 that we missed because of the tornadoes. You feel? Check it out, man. We was kind of lenient. Really didn't do too much. Really didn't force no issues because we was expecting everybody to go by the league rules and the bylaws. Some of us ignored it. Some of us did. We got to improve. Some teams are doing excellent. You're getting an A+. I said we're working with the ABCs today. ABC. See my white sock? It's just 1, 2, 3. I'm not Michael Jackson. I'm not putting on the lipstick, the makeup, or the weeds. Negative on that part. We got to improve. Like I said, some teams are doing damn good and some are slacking. I won't be long because other people got to voice their opinion about stuff. But I went to the Pensacola Panthers versus the Starkville Steel Dogs game. Shout out to both coaches. This my input and opinion on that game. On field, because the Steel Dogs was the hosting team, they were the home team. The field, you get an A+ because you on turf. You get an A+. I got to give you that an A+. The field always look good in Starkville where the Steel Dogs play. I also got to give an A+ to the Steel Dogs on the referees. You bust out with 6. 6. The Steel Dogs bust out with 6 referees.
I think we've been doing this league since it started with the Steel Dogs, and this is the most organized game all year. This is the first game, but it's a lot of improvement. Well, our referees we were surprised that they were better organized, more together, disciplined. I thought they looked pretty good today.
Mr. Miles, thank you very much. That means a lot to me and for the Next Level Football Alliance because we trying to make improvements with the attitudes and the mouthing off and all this type of stuff. And thank you. You did my heart some good.
Well, I wanted to make sure I give you credit where credit is due. I think with you guys being out here to making sure both teams are supposed to be disciplined and organized.
Yes, sir.
I think with your presence, it made a difference. At least since y'all been out here, it's been good. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like when you leave, and you don't have to worry about being at one of these games. I hope it still, carry on, what we saw today. Because the referees, I have a problem getting the referees
right
for the game.
Because it's a bad stigma on
It's a bad stigma, that's right.
Yeah, with the attitudes and all this stuff that happened in the past.
But tonight, our guys, I talked to my guys before they left, they were definitely pleased and don't mind coming back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Miles.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
The Miles just said it. The attitude is looking good. Next Level Football Alliance now got to go present the crown to the winner. The Steel Dogs have come out victorious with a score of 14-0 against Pensacola. Follow me.
Brotherhood on 3, brotherhood on me. 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood. Hey, where that crown at, though? Where that crown at, though? Where that crown at, though? Where that crown at? No.
Quarterback.
Crown quarterback, man. I need this.
Defending their kingdom.
I don't know
By
why
a
they
score
all
of
blue,
14-0.
It should have been ready. Oh, they go.
This is your crown, Starkville. You got to hold on to it for this week because next week you got to take it with you. Do not leave home without it because if you leave home without it, it's going to be a forfeit.
Okay.
By the order of Ms. Jennifer Bell. Congratulations, gentlemen. Oh, one more thing.
Jim, make sure you put that in the car.
Yes,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the game in Starkville is over. The Starkville Steel Dogs come out victorious with a score of 14-0 against the Pensacola Panthers. And right now, I'm talking to the Javante Walden, former owner of Central Mississippi House, CMO, playing with the Steel Dogs. Mr. Walden, how was the game today, sir?
Man, listen, hard-fought game from both ends. Just great commodity from the Steel Dogs. We only had a few practices together, but we came out and prevailed. And big shout out to the coaches for holding it together, man. And big shout out to the grown men that band together and played some good football. And a huge shout out to Pensacola for coming down here and giving us a great football match. No BS, just a great football game, start to finish.
Okay, moving forward, where would you want to see the next level football alliance this season and the future?
Well, for starters, I want to commend them on enforcing the rules on uniforms. I seen everybody had their socks on. It looked like NFL teams out there on the field. The refs gave compliments all game, and it just wasn't no regular. It just didn't feel like maybe I'm getting old, but it just didn't feel like a regular semi-pro game to me. It just felt like we were more professional. Everybody took their uniform serious, and in the future, I would love to see the NLFA being broadcast on TV, man. Being broadcast where people can see these games and see this talent, man.
Mr. Walden, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, man. CMO, that's all we know. Together, we are one.
Together we are one.
32 shots,
no more CMO 32 shots, but Steel Dog, we stamp it. You feel me? Stand on business. We stand on business.
I was like, what now? Yeah. That's good. A+. Uniforms. Your uniforms are good. Pretty much 90%. Everybody look good in uniform. However, the grade that I got to give you on the uniforms, I'm gonna give you a D on the uniforms, even though everybody was looking good, the majority of everybody. And the reason why I say a D, and I know some of y'all run like, how you gonna do 90% and then turn around and say D? Well, because when I got to the field, I went to the head coach, Jimmy Williams, and I saw pretty much the whole team had on, the white socks. But you had 3 players that had on the red leg sleeve. You know what I'm saying? And the rules, everybody got to be in uniform. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I said D, because when I went to Jimmy Williams, the coach of the Steel Dogs, I addressed that to him, and he immediately pulled up a brand new bag of socks, white socks. And I also told one of the players from the Steel Dogs, they can't have it, everybody got to be in uniform. I guess he ignored me. And then the coach didn't do nothing about it anyway, so that's why you got a D on that. You get an A on your field, A+ on your field. You get an A+ on your referees, but you get a D- on your uniform, and they got to deal with socks. Everything else is good. Now, as far as security, I got to give you a flat out F. I got to. Because when I got there, I asked about security. And the coach and the owner told me it was on the way. I asked again, they said it was like 15 minutes away. So the second time I asked them where was your security at, I just said, okay. I walked across the field, pulled out my cell phone, and I called the Starkville Police Department and asked them, can they swing by that field in that park to show their presence. Come watch the game for free. Just ride through, show your presence. And that really allowed the game to take place. But I shouldn't have to do that. That should have been done before the season started. That should have been taken care of before the first part of the year, honestly. Before January 1st, 2025. But they came, and this just not at the Steel Dogs. I want everybody in the league to pay attention. I'm going to tell you. It don't take much to get security. It don't take much. All you got to do is pick up a phone and do it. The same way I did after I drove 90 miles to Starkville to monitor that game. The game probably wouldn't have got played. But I had to let it go on because the Pensacola Panthers drove 4, 5, 6 hours to Starkville to play. And that would have been bad for them guys to drive all the way up to Starkville and you can't play because you didn't have security. So, everybody in the league, pay attention. Pick up the phone, call the local police department, sheriff department, because you got to have certified security. And say, hey man, hey, how you doing? Hey there. Listen, we got a game over here, blah, 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 and the game starts at such time. Is it any way possible that you can send a unit, to come ride through, walk around? I know you got to go to a call, but just come check out the game if you don't have a call. You know what I do? Y'all eat pizza? Y'all like meat lovers? Y'all like meat lovers? You want some donuts? Want some Dunkin' Donuts? I got you. Click. That's it. The law enforcement already get paid through your tax dollars. They already get paid through your tax dollars. So, coming up to week 2, everybody have security. Now, I did it before. I did it last season. I went to a game. I didn't see no security. I called the Jackson Police Department. They showed up, stepped out, rolled through, looked at the game, went back out, came back in. No issues happened anyway. I did it again last year, season 2024, at another game where I asked for was your security, and they was not there. So I called Durant Police Department and asked them to come show their face, come up on the field, be there, show your presence, boom, boom, boom. They ain't got no problem doing that. They ain't got no problem. They'll show up and do it. You already paid the tax dollars. But now, here's where it gets tricky at. You can't expect them to be there all the time because they got important stuff they got to respond to. They got more emergency calls than to come watch a football game. It's a car wreck over here. It's a domestic violence call over here. It's a shooting over here. It's a B&E over here. It's some other mess over here. So you kind of gambling with a forfeit. You gambling with a forfeit. If you got security that can be at your game the entire game, I would do that. But if you can't do it and your local law enforcement can be there, that's cool. But if they got to go to a call and then something break off at your game, you're going to get a forfeit. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. So, there it is. There it is. Your security got to be right. Your uniforms got to be right. Your field got to be right. Your attitude got to be right. Your mind got to be right. You got to be right. And players. Oh, all owners and coaches. Can y'all do me a favor and step over there for a little bit? Out the room, please. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Players. I need your undivided attention. A lot of y'all don't know what it takes to be an owner of a team. The sacrifices that got to be made. The money that got to be put out. The responsibilities that the owner got to do for the team for you to play. There is no I in team. Even though Michael Jordan said it is a I in win. But it's going to be hard for you to get that I in. It's going to be hard to get that win if you don't work as a team. Ask your owner what you need, bro. What you need, ma'am. How can I help? I know somebody that do security. I know somebody that can help paint this field. I know somebody that can referee. You got to work together as a team. Or it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough. And some of the other commissioners got something to say. I'm not going to talk long. Oh, I got it. Oh, hold on. I want to appreciate whoever took those pictures, because I ain't seen a picture in the Next Level Football Alliance in about 3 years. As long as I've been here, nobody but CMO. But check this out. How they look? You know who you are. Memphis Gators. Bayou Lacombe Cardinals. The Next Level Football Alliance 2025 champion. I'm sorry, 2024 champion. North Mississippi Road Warriors. And the other teams. Looking good. Let's improve on everything though. Last thing I'm gonna talk about right now, because I want to take about time on the camera, is aggression and fights. Miss Jen updating the rules and bylaws. That's why they haven't been on the page. Fighting is zero tolerance in this league. If you about that life, go over there. Like Michael Jackson say. You got to get your ass out of here. Because we're not having it over here. Any player throwing a punch, fighting, your ass out the door. If another player on that team initiate a fight or show aggression or swing or pass a lick, your whole team out the door. I was caught up on quantity when I first came into this league. But after listening to Ms. Bell and watching what's going on, I understand where she was coming from. She would rather have quality than quantity. And now, I would rather have quality than quantity. All that other mess, I don't need that. We don't need that over here. Because there's some young guys in this league trying to make it to the next level. And we don't want to hinder them from getting that big contract somewhere down that road. I don't know if they got to go back into college. I don't know if a scout looking at them. USFL, the NFL, somebody. Let them young guys get to the next level and let them make it. So that's why we bringing the hammer down. Ain't no fighting over here. You can go ahead and go now. Out the door. I said it just now. I'm going to say it again. Get your ass out of here with that, you know. Hey, that's it. Oh, before I go on with the show, let me pay a bill. First sponsor of the Next Level Football Alliance, Next Take. We'll be right back.
Lord have mercy. I'm live in the building. I dance on my dance here. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Where them fans at? Get up by your seat. Let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls, they feeling that groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Whoa, oh, 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 got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord have mercy. Oh, 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 got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, cause we gon' get it up. Everybody's dancing to that juke joint.
What's up, brother? What's up? How you doing this evening? Hey, what's your name, brother? What position you play?
Defensive end.
Hey, talk me through that big play you had in the first half to keep your team up 6-0.
Just realized that the offensive tackle was kicking back slow, hip rips, running back didn't really want to block me. Quarterback right there just had to make a play.
That's how it feel to get your first sack of the season like that.
I feel good. I hope as many more come.
How many more? What's your goal for the season on sacks this season?
I'm trying to break the record. I'm not going to lie to you. So whatever the record is, I'm trying to beat.
Hey, that big statement is right there, big dog. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Yep, good luck on the second half.
Thank you.
Go ahead, brother. What's your name?
Daryl Miller,
What position you play?
outside linebacker.
Hey, take me through the recovery on that 6 points there.
Oh man, it was on the punt. I seen him muff it. A teammate hit him. I just jumped on it. Scored.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How it feel to be the first scorer of your team this
It
season?
feel real good.
Real good?
Real good.
From the defensive side, right?
Yes, sir.
Defense winning championships, baby.
That's it.
Appreciate you. What's your name again?
Daryl Miller.
Hello, welcome to Next Take. I'm NFLA Commissioner Daryl Lomax, and I'm here to recap the matchup between the South Louisiana Demons and the Arkansas Punishers. Game location was Little Rock, Arkansas. Weather temperature was light, steady rain, approximately 52 degrees for the evening. The Demons came in revamped with high expectations for the season, with additions from the former powerful Bayou Hurricanes, sporting the visitor white jerseys and black pants for their first contest. The Arkansas Punishers, trying to build on their success from 2024 season with deeper playoff aspirations in 2025. The Punishers dressed out in their home attire of all black with red and white trim. The Punishers received the ball first, and even though they moved the ball, their first drive eventually stalled with a turnover. The Demons took over, and my eyes were glued to see if the Hurricanes would develop in this rainy night as Demons brought the Storms to Little Rock, Arkansas. But eventually their drive stalled and the first quarter would end deadlocked at 0-0. The second quarter, though, saw a little more action from both defensive units. The Demons defensive unit played very good ball all night, even without their linebacker star, Mr. Herbert Bell Jr., a.k.a. Bo Got 'em. They were still focused on the task, even with a short travel team. The Punishers defensive unit stepped up in the second quarter with big plays from two different defensive players. Defensive end Dalen Conway came up big with a big sack when the Demons went for it on fourth down. Late in the second quarter, the Demons were deep in their own territory when Mr. Conway came up big again for the Punishers with a strip fumble, and where his teammate, outside linebacker Daryl Miller, recovered for the first score and would eventually turn out to be the game winner. Because the second half turned out to be just a wet defensive battle that yielded 0 points between the teams. The Arkansas Punishers wins the Battle of the Kingdom 6-0. This game was overall good game, defensive game, wet in the rain, which you're going to see plenty runs and good defense. Unfortunately, with the Demons having the turnover deep in their end zone, deep in their territory, which caused a slip up for them to have given the opportunity for the Predators to win. So small adjustments should have them back where they're trying to be next week. Overall, the game set, I was very pleased how the game went. We didn't have any altercations. What I would recommend to the Punishers to try to make your security a little bit more visible, and let's make sure that we get those fields cut a little bit more. But overall, I'm gonna give this game graded out as a B plus, because it didn't have any altercations. I don't think we had any personal fouls, anything like that. Both teams came in professionally and wanted to play. Big outs to both teams, and good luck in your future. This is Coach Daryl Lomax, Commissioner. Until next time, next take.
Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Commissioner Josh Heppel, This is going to be my recap of the Bayou Lacombe Cardinals versus the Magnolia State Knights Week 1 contest held at Hazelhurst High. I want to start off by saying this game had a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of momentum change and shifting, and it also had a very controversial finish. So I'm going to reference the video that has kind of been put out there of what looked like a player being touched down. But the call was made on the field by the replay that the runner was not down by contact. They got up and ran for a touchdown, which gave MSK a 28-28-5 lead with less than 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, after that, the game was called due to fighting. I want to bring this up to bring a very strong point about this, that we went over the replay rules during the owners' meeting as well as the commissioners' meeting. In regards to what needs to be done with replay and having that replay official on the sideline for both sides. You guys need to have that person going up and down the sideline that's able to film those plays in frame by frame, still by still, so that way calls like that can be made right then and there, so that it's fixed. The official's call stands on that. The commissioners and Ms. Jen are going to back that 100%. So understand that there's, because replay wasn't in place the way it was supposed to be by, somebody having a cell phone there, that really made the difference in the game. So I know Coach Andy has asked us to go through and give the team some grades. So I'm going to grade the visiting team first, which was Bayou Lacombe. Their uniforms were on point. Their gear was on point due to a lack of changing areas. They had some equipment that was on the track outside of the field. But all in all, they were in good shape with everything that they had. They had their IDs ready and present and accounted for. They had their players dressed. They weren't sharing helmets. They were 100% good to go. I gave them a grade of a B+, just due to some discipline issues that was handled during the game. And that's mostly internal. For Magnolia State Knights, it's a very different grade. I gave them a D. We'll go down the list of what was good, and then we'll go down the list of what was bad. Security guards were great for the field. The field was lined and had a chain crew, had all the pylons out for the numbering and everything else. They had 6 officials, plus Curtis was there from the head of the officiating crew with another member. And then that stopped about the goodness of the way things were set up. There was no press box available. There was no lights until halftime. The game was almost called because of the lights. And then the lights, the lock was cut, and the lights came on literally while we were in the middle of getting ready to call the game. Uniforms were not good on the pants. I did speak with Rollo about that, that they needed to get those pants fixed as far as those uniforms were concerned. And then, of course, the major lack of discipline, including fighting during the game with players ejected. And causing the game to be called short with a minute plus left in the fourth quarter. Discipline has to be enforced from top down, and with the league taking a very, very, very huge and large stance against undisciplined actions and ownership and players for fighting and for other things. Understand that chances are very limited. So it is important that you start looking and having players of quality over quantity. Make sure that you have players that are listening, that are following your lead and doing what you're doing as owners, to follow the standards that you set. So other than that, good game, well-fought game, very huge momentum shifts. But my final grades are a B+ for the Bayou Lacombe Cardinals and a D for the Magnolia State Knights. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to Next Take. I'm Commissioner Mario Akers here to recap Week 1 in the NLFA action. We all know Week 2 was canceled due to inclement weather. All games have been rescheduled. If not, they will be. Today, I'm here to talk about the Brawlers versus the Titan game. That's the game I attended. Great game, great crowd. Great both teams. The Brawler game was a hard-fought battle. The Titans came to town with low number player-wise, but was up to the challenge. Both teams played hard with no incidents during the game. Brawlers prevailed with the win and the crown. What I will say is Coach Mookie and his team, they didn't have any quit in them. During the course of the game, they played hard. They played with heart. Big zero for the Titans. Hey, that guy went both sides of the ball. He was a gladiator that night. The Brawlers had various players, offense and defensive wise, to make big plays through the course of the night at the end of the game. So I don't know if anybody realizes that it's in the bylaws that each team should shake hands and meet at the 50. Coach Mookie, stand-up guy, his team came shook hands. Great game as far as after the game. The shaking of the hands, the guys talking, nothing but good vibes in the air. Good hard-fought game by both teams. Both teams were well disciplined. You know what I mean? It's football. You're gonna have some nip and tuck plays and reactions, but nothing that was startling out of hand. So as I was saying, at the end of the game, I presented the crown to the Brawlers for their victory. Coach Mookie and the Titans right there at the 50. I didn't have to say come to they did it automatically. I want you to know, Coach Mookie, I paid that some attention. With that being said, that week 2, of course, everybody knows was canceled and rescheduled. Not canceled, rescheduled because of inclement weather. The next segment I want to touch on is some things that happened in other games. We had a couple of games that ended terribly. Because of that, those endings in those games, respective games, the league owner decided to update rules, player rules, game rules, and things of that various nature. She will, at some point, I believe, have them posted back up to the site. Everything is in there. I believe she's getting it together. I don't know. Talking about I don't know. But what I do know is there are no more 3 strikes. So a player normally in the past, before week 1, which was most all the teams other than those 2 games that I know about and understand, they were okay and they were cool. And we, as a league staff, like that, respect that, and love that they all played good, hard football. Everybody was able to come together in the game, in our various respective games. Chop it up, hey, go home. Everybody's safe, because that's what the end result is for everybody to be safe. So those couple of games spawned immediate action. Those violations in those various games spawned immediate action. So players used to have, I'm looking at a piece of paper, I had to write something down, like it ain't like having Lomax and on the side and I can just roll. So the rules, it used to be player fight. Let me preface everything by saying a ejection a fighting ejection, talking to the referee ejection, any of those suspends you off rip, as where in the past you might get suspended for a game. No. It's to my understanding, because I can say suspended for the season to be wrong and she put it back in, I don't know, but if I ain't mistaken, he is suspended for the season. Fighting, especially threatening referees. Players should not be speaking to referees. Referees should be coaches, need to be more head coaches, be more assertive when things are called. Players want to run to referee face, talk. Stop all that. Stop it, because you ain't going to change his call. You ain't going to make him think no different than what he already saw. So you running up in there trying to plead your case, we telling our referees that's a no-no. I believe that's going to be relayed out to all that's a no-no. They should be talking to the head coaches. It's not, because the player ain't going to do nothing. You going to say something crazy, say something. So the best thing to do is to not put yourself in that situation. Head coaches need to step up. Hey, penalty this call, step up, walk to the referee, find their way in. Talk to him. I can only reference you things that work for me. Hey, as a head coach, when I was a head coach, I wanted to know. The player couldn't know. I wanted to talk to me. When I wasn't the coach and just I was the coordinator, my head coach, you had to talk to him. Ain't no talking to no players, because the player job is to play. It ain't to be a referee. It ain't even to be a peacemaker, honestly. Because now if you running off the sideline, guess what? You get the whole team to be gone. And she got a track record of doing it. So, I don't know. I would advise all players to be real cognizant about their actions. Because it's boiling down to playing football. If you're doing anything other than trying to play football, it's going to be hard and you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, and then you're going to be put out. If you're doing anything other than playing football, not talking to the ref, not trying to fight. Like I said it, we said in our previous show, our first episode, I said the reason a player fights is because he's losing his respective position, battle on the field. Now he's aggravated, he leashes out at the player that's beating his ass. Excuse my language. That stood firm. Week 1, y'all did it week 1. I'm just saying. So, ain't no more 3 strikes suspended. No. Boom. You out for the season. And then if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, you on the fence if you coming back next season. Because you was a disruption this season. I don't know. Like I said, I can say that and it can be pulled back, but I don't know. That's just, you know what I mean? So, we also had a situation with uniforms. If you out of uniform, socks, everybody's socks need to match. Now, I saw in the game, I saw guys, I'll say this, and with my eyesight, what I saw, I wear glasses. All the ballers had on white socks. Then they might have had a sock, a little black bottom, but they all was white. I can't remember, the Titans might have been the same way, but everybody was team colored up. I didn't see no cut uniforms, no rip, nothing. No, I didn't see it. Could it have gotten by me? Absolutely. I'm human. But as a commissioner, I walked up to both owners. Go directly shake hands with both owners, referee. I walk to both sidelines. I speak to each team. Hey, I'm just saying. None of that uniforms. And the thing is, you can easily make yourself a target by rebelling. Because you eventually gonna rebel with your team. We're gonna cry. It might get, you see what I'm saying? I mean, for what? Socks? Man, come on, man. If y'all about playing football, socks don't matter. I ain't never seen the uniform make no player. I ain't never seen a clean uniform make a player. The player make the uniform. The uniform don't make the player. That's just me, personally. I haven't seen, woo, he's so clean. That uniform made him 100%. No, it didn't. But, and then it looked good on film. When you see it on film, you'll see it yourself. I mean, at some point, you got to keep it 100. It's socks. The thing is, I don't understand the point of rebelling. Just leave your individual team if you got a problem with what the league is doing, because your individual team has signed on to be in the league, which means they're following the rules. So if you don't want to follow the rule that the league set for, just leave your individual team. Stop playing. I don't understand why would somebody want to stay on the team, keep shit going, and it's gonna hurt everybody. I implore the guys that like what's going on, y'all need to start stepping to the guys that's causing problems. If you don't have this situation, no biggie. But if you do, don't let 1, 2, or 3 people about socks. When you get down to the nitty gritty of it, socks. You rebelling about socks, you rebelling about what? No, you can't cut the leg in your uniform. You can't slice the knee for it to get tight. You can't do, no, you got to make them fit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, man. Like, you can't come across the board with a sock issue. I mean, come on. So I'm going to close by repeating that as owners, if you're not treating your organization like a Fortune 500 company, you're going to get left behind. Pull up and play. Well, y'all don't practice all week, but you pull up and play. Then you get out there on Saturdays. Because you don't practice, temples flare Saturday. Everybody, because ain't none of y'all went to practice though. Now y'all bringing some heat to the game for no apparent reason. Because if you practice, you'll get chemistry. It won't be all that BS. But if you don't, we can tell. I can tell teams that actually practice that don't. Some teams can get away with it, but you can tell. You can tell because the first thing that's gonna break down is your mental capability in the game. Cause you fatigued. Now, when you get fatigued, you tired. Your mental is the next thing to break down. That's when all the pushing and shoving it. That's when all that come in. So as an owner, I mean, vet your players well. Vet your players well because we're gonna be hard on owners that's accepting players and not. You know what I mean? You gotta stand on. You gotta stand on 10 if you're an owner. Be an owner. And if a player don't want to fall in line with what you lead, he can lead. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he can go play for nobody else, but he can lead. He ain't got to be there. Don't no player need to be on no team that they disgruntled with. Commissioner Mario saying that. If you got the smallest disgruntled with the owner and you on the team because your boy on the team, you hurting your boy. Be a man, stand up. The smallest gripe can eventually turn to something great. What is that, a molehill into a mountain? That little saying? So, I try to drop gems. You know what I'm saying? Take it how you take it. It can go in one ear and out the other. It's cool. I'm going to be the one to say, oh, you didn't hear me. I told you so, though. So, again, teams, from my understanding, every time some BS happen and some stuff pop up like week 1, it go from quantity to quality. Today, the quality of organization is greater than the quantity. That's leading into 2020. I'm telling y'all now. Can't say Commissioner Yo didn't put you on game. Quality. That's why I keep telling y'all to treat it like a Fortune 500 company. Quality. Not how many. Not having 18 teams. But so many of them barely making it, barely get. I'm just saying, in general, that's anybody. I've been in that position. It's hard. Especially if you're doing the solo dolo with no help. Or you got players that ain't buying into your program. It's hard as an owner. Trust me, I done been there. You know what I'm saying? So, if you own the team, you need to start treating that team like a Fortune 500 company. I said it our first show, I'm going to say it again. If you ain't putting an hour a day into your organization, it's going to show. And every time something happens, rules get changed to crack down harder. But you can't fault the league for cracking down hard when the player is doing it. The spotlight going to shine on the person who's creating the problem, not on the league. The league going to shine it on the problem. And then I think get the problem out of there. Hey. So, everybody be blessed. It's my 15 minutes. I hope it was a good take. I hope if I said something, you learned something. If you didn't, you let it go on. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? All I'm going to do is keep putting out good energy and good vibes and keep getting blessed because I'm keep putting out good energy and good vibes. And I pray that everybody do the same. You know what I mean? It's about good energy and good vibes. You want to create a good atmosphere around you and your organization, you need to create a good energy and a good vibration and draw good people to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Bell. I am the owner of the Next Level Football Alliance. A lot of you know me as Miss Jen. I am providing this segment for our talk show, Next Take, headed up by my wonderful general manager, Andy Holloman, which I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for always taking my ideas and bringing them to life. I would like to say thank you to my commissioners, Daryl Lomax and Mario Akers, for being the broadcasters on this segment. watching this come to life has been amazing to me. So thank you guys for always having my back. I really appreciate it. So I am going to go over week 1 with you all. I attended 3 games week 1. The first game that I attended was going to be the Mid-South Fury. They hosted the Tri-City Savages. The Savages did come in a little shorthanded, but me knowing the Savages for the last 9 years, I already knew that was not going to be an issue. The Savages came in and did exactly what I felt like they were going to do. They defended the kingdom, and the final score was 20-8. The game did get called a little early because the field they were playing on didn't have any lights, and the referee did call the game early due to safety issues, and I did approve that. The next game that I watched was the Memphis Gators and the Alexandria Hawks. Well, Mr. Oren Kelly came up from Alexandria, Louisiana with his first year team, the Hawks. They were a little shorthanded, which doesn't really shock me because travel normally gets people. That's normally how you can tell the strengths and the weaknesses of the team. They did have some uniform issues, which the league did take it upon itself to dress them out to make sure they were able to play. And when I tell you, even though they were short, those boys played both sides of that ball and did not give up. Do you hear me? But they were no competition for the wonderful Memphis Gators. It is so wonderful to see what Mark and Kari has done with their organization. They have always been the ones that have been looked over in that area, and to see them stand up and walk away with a victory week 1 of 42-6, it is impeccable. Mark and Kari, I would just like to say you guys keep doing the outstanding job that you've done. I am in awe of the recruitment that you all have done this season, and you all really are going to bring a lot of competition to the table. Mr. Oren Kelly with the Alexandria Hawks, like I told y'all at the end of the game, to see those players not give up and keep fighting them, I applaud you guys. I am looking to see what you're going to do this weekend against the Bayou Lacombe Cardinals. So I'm very interested in seeing the game. The next game that we had ended 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. We have our NLFA 2024 champions, the North Mississippi Road Warriors, were hosting the Louisiana Huskies. Unfortunately, we had some issues with threats being made towards an official, and the game got called with 2 minutes into the fourth with a final score of 26-6. So again, congratulations to the North Mississippi Road Warriors. I do applaud you all for being men of standard and not buying into anything that could have caused problems and exacerbated the situation. So I applaud you all, and I am so happy to see you all change your mind and keep your crowns on, as I always say. Now, with that being said, I know some of you probably have visited the website and came on here and probably went over here and clicked leave bylaws like this and see, oops, we can't seem to find the page you're looking for. Well, you're not going to find it until Miss Jen is done. Behind week 1, I had to pull the bylaws, which I've never had to do, and I am updating our discipline policy. And that is strictly because we are all adults. There is no way that I should have to repeat myself. My deputy commissioner should have to repeat herself. My general manager should have to repeat himself, or any of my commissioners, to tell y'all that y'all are here to play football. This is not the WWE. We not in here boxing. We ain't street fighting. We ain't doing none of that. If you want to swing off and do something to that extent, I suggest you go ahead and join an organization where you can get that out your system. But what we gonna do is line up on the 5th and play some hard-nosed football. So if you elect to come into the NLFA and think you gonna swing off on somebody, if you elect to come into the NLFA and think that you for 30 seconds are going to show signs of aggression, you gonna get put up out of here, and it's permanent for the season. There is no more I'm gonna suspend you for a game, you gonna get a fine. Because you know what I figured out about those fines? Money don't mean nothing to some of y'all will pay that fine and won't blink. But if we take away what you love, which is football, then all of a sudden it clicks in your head to act right. Well, I don't talk to adults twice. I used to, and I'm tired of it because we're grown. I don't even talk to children more than twice. You know doggone well you're not supposed to be out there swinging out punching nobody. You know you're not supposed to be out there calling nobody out their name. This is just stuff you shouldn't do as an adult. It shouldn't even take a league to tell you not to do this stuff. This is just stuff that does not have placement within the sport of football. Nothing about that is competitive football. Excuse my French, is bullshit. And if you think you're going to bring that up in here and taint what was built, you're not. You can leave. If your owners don't like it, they can leave too. You know, I've been told over the past couple of days since games had to go under review is talk about owners doing their own leagues and stuff. If you can do it better, go ahead. I applaud you. Hell, I'll give you some teams to put in your league for 2026 because everybody ain't coming up in here. I made the announcement when I first started this league, and I repeat it every year. The NLFA is not for everybody because my league is unorthodox. It does not run like everybody else's league. Certain stuff I'm not putting up with. Certain stuff you should not want to put up with as an adult, as somebody's wife, as somebody's husband, as somebody's father or grandfather. You should not want to put up with violence around you or anything attached to you. You should not want that being a part of your brand. That's not a brand. Again, that's bullshit. So, with that being said, swing up in here, you gone for the season. It's no more. Don't call me, don't text me, don't inbox me, don't send a smoke signal or email because the answer is you done. You are done. We are grown. Keep your hands to yourself unless you playing football. The other thing that came up that I saw was these uniforms. We have discussed uniforms until I was blue in the face. The only thing about the uniform rule that changed this year was the socks. Well, we didn't have sock issues from what I'm told, but I did get pictures after the fact of people who have cut their pants. Let me tell you something. I get when y'all order these uniforms that sometimes the elastic around the bottom of the pants may be a little bit too tight. I get that some players cut this, but there is no way in the world y'all should be out there wearing coochie cuddles or hoochie daddy shorts. That don't work for me. There's no way in the world that you can't go to Walmart and spend $2.99 on this material called Stitch Witchery and fold that material up over that Stitch Witchery and iron it so those rebels are not showing. When you come out there like that, you are out of uniform per the NLFA league rules. You cannot even go change your clothes and come back into a game. You are ejected. You are deemed an ineligible player for that game, and you will not take the field anymore. When you leave your house, you should always leave your house looking your best. When you take that football field, you should take that football field looking your best. So why y'all want to get out here in half-ass, I don't know. And excuse me for cussing, but some of this stuff is repetition. Some of this stuff has been in these league rules for 5 years. So I'm trying to figure out why y'all act like y'all don't know and why you shocked by it. So again, presentation is everything. I am going to say it until I'm blue in the face. Presentation is everything. Now, with that being said, these league rules will be put back up before Saturday. The discipline policy has changed. If you swing off or show signs of aggression within the Next Level Football Alliance, your tenure within the Next Level Football Alliance is over. You're gone. You're done. When I come to these games, I come to these games alone. When I come to these games, I come to these games to support you guys. And there is no way on earth as a woman I should be fearful walking into an event that I'm putting on under my name and my umbrella. There is no way you should want your wife, your mother, your father, your grandparents, your children, or your grandchildren to even have to put up with such antics. So again, this little backdoor talk about leagues popping up and stuff, Jennifer don't care. I started out with 6 teams and I can go back to 6 and be just as happy. Because you want to know why? When we had 6, we didn't have all this extra stuff. Because we were a close-knit family and we played football and zigzag between states. We didn't have none of this. But the more people that you bring into organizations, the more pushback you're going to have. You're going to have those people that want to go against the grain. Well, guess what? You can't go against the grain up in here. You can't bully a bully. And I'm the biggest bully of them all. A lot of you have known me for 8+ years, and the one thing about me is I have never changed. I do not condone any forms of violence. Period. Y'all not gonna stop until somebody goes too far and you lose your life. And it's not worth it. If you all want to play this game, you all claim to love this game, get out there, play football, have fun, and go home. That's all I'm saying. So again, if you think you're coming up in here on that rah-rah stuff, you're not. Just as quick as I brought you in, I will dismiss you, because it is not about quantity. It is about quality when it comes to me. I don't care nothing about no numbers of teams in this league. I'm not one of those league owners. I do not care. I started from the bottom and to go right back to that. And some of you consider that the bottom, but it's not the bottom. If I have 18 teams and 9 of those teams are not quality teams, I really don't have myself nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anything. But if I have 6 teams and all 6 of those teams can adhere to the policies and procedures of the Next Level Football Alliance and can get out there and play football every Saturday without incident, baby, give me that any day, all day, every day. Because that's what I'm going to want. Y'all can go somewhere else with it. You can go somewhere else. You can start your own league. Do it better than Miss Jen. I don't care. But what you're going to find out is, just as I said that you need to vet your players better, as a league owner, I have came to the conclusion that I need to vet my teams better. And that is what's going to happen 2026. Some of y'all won't make it back in. It's no hard feelings. Love you to pieces. Go be great, but you're going to do it somewhere else. Because I am not going to sit here and have the brand that I built be tarnished by anyone. If this league ends, it's going to end at my hand. It's not going to end at the hand of anybody else. It is going to be Miss Jen saying she's tired. She's not doing it no more. But the one thing that I will say that I've learned in my almost 45 years of life is you can't stop what God has ordained. Y'all be blessed.
All right. Now that you done heard from a few commissioners and the president of the Next Level Football Alliance, you know by now. If you don't know by now, you gonna know. I promise you that. Hey man, y'all get it right. Improve on your mistakes. Socks, get them right. Uniforms, get them right. No more cutoff. No more fighting. No more bags on the sideline. If I come to the owner and I talk to the owner and I talk to the coach, ain't nothing else I can do, because I already told you. I already told you. I already told you. I don't want to have, I'm not going to put myself in a position to save you from a forfeit when you can do it yourself. Everybody got to man up. A woman up. Everybody. Stay tuned for the next episode of Next Take, where we're going to cover week 2. And I hope no storms get in the way. Y'all have a beautiful, safe weekend. And be safe, man. Be safe. And keep it 100. Y'all have a beautiful day. Peace!